Here are 11 really cool things about trees. This is my favorite campsite, by the way. 1. Natural air purifiers. Breathing is fundamental to our existence, even more so than consuming food or water. We can survive weeks without food, and days without water, but only a few minutes without air. Just as we are mindful of the quality of our food and water, placing importance on organic produce and clean sources, it's equally crucial to consider the quality of air we breathe every day. The average person takes roughly 20,000 breaths per day, making this the most basic biological function along with the heartbeat. We breathe more than we drink water and eat food. A lot more. Just like improving the quality of your diet results in better health, improving the quality of the air you breathe and how you breathe can make a tremendous difference. This is where our magnificent and often underappreciated companions, trees, play an indispensable role. Trees are often referred to as the lungs of the earth, and they perform the critical function of purifying our air. Each leaf on a tree is a powerhouse of air purification, absorbing harmful pollutants including carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide, and releasing self-sustaining oxygen in return. A fully grown, leaf-laden tree can produce as much oxygen in one season as 10 people would inhale in an entire year. Just as your lungs exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide to keep you alive, trees are quietly doing the work of an entire ecosystem, providing the oxygen necessary for all of us to thrive. 2. Natural air conditioners. Trees do more than simply offer a welcome respite from the sun's intensity. They are nature's ingenious air conditioners, constantly at work to maintain a refreshing and comfortable environment. Through transpiration, trees emit water vapor into the air from their leaves, significantly cooling the area around them. This process is remarkably similar to how our bodies perspire to cool down, albeit on a grander and more impactful scale. Picture a world where the blistering summer heat is alleviated by the calming coolness offered by a lush tree canopy. Envision a society where dependence on artificial air conditioning dwindles, replaced not by advanced technology, but the humble act of planting and nurturing trees. This isn't a flight or fancy or a utopian dream. It's a tangible reality to which we can all contribute. Trees, akin to giant natural solar panels and solar storage units, not only shield us from excessive sunlight, but also allow us to absorb solar energy in the safest way possible. This energy is stored and regulated by the tree, meaning that even in the shade, we are intimately connecting to the sun's vital energy. 3. Incredible longevity. Trees, the ancient guardians of Earth, are living testaments to the remarkable resilience of life. Some trees have endured for millennia, standing as some of the oldest living organisms in the world. They quietly chronicle the passage of time, each ring marking another year, akin to the turning pages of a grand epic book. Take, for example, the venerable Methuselah, a bristlecone pine that has withstood the test of time for over 4,800 years. It has persisted through the rise and fall of civilizations and countless cycles of growth and dormancy, a symbol of resilience and enduring life. However, Methuselah isn't a solitary marvel in its longevity. From the 4,000-year-old cypress tree known as the Zoroastrian Sar in Iran's Zaz province, to the Llangornu Yew in Wales, whose age is estimated to be between 4,000 and 5,000 years. Many trees share the gift of incredible longevity. Numerous trees from the great sequoia named the President in Sequoia National Park, California, to the Alarice trees in Chile, hold the potential to outlive us, our children, and even our grandchildren. There are also the clonal trees. These remarkable beings, like old Shiko, a Norway spruce in Sweden, and Pando, a colony of a single quaking aspen in Utah, reproduce new trees from the same root system, technically making them a single organism. Their root systems, estimated to be 9,550 and 80,000 years old, respectively, continue to breathe life into new generations of trees. The next time you encounter a tree, take a moment to marvel at its potential longevity. Contemplate the tales it could tell, the transformations it has witnessed, and the future it cradles in its branches. Four, miracle medicine. Trees, the magnificent pillars of our natural world, offer more than mere shade and oxygen. They serve as nature's prolific pharmacy, brimming with medicinal properties concealed within their bark, leaves, and fruits. Throughout history, people have sought remedies from these silent healers, harnessing their natural compounds to alleviate a plethora of ailments. Consider the often overlooked willow tree. Its bark houses salicin, a compound that sparked the creation of aspirin, one of the world's most extensively used medications. This is more than an isolated case. It speaks to the remarkable yet largely untapped potential of trees as reservoirs of medicinal compounds. Let's consider the eastern white pine. This majestic tree serves as a potent natural pharmacy. Its bark, needles, and sap have been used by humans for centuries as effective remedies for numerous health concerns. The eastern white pine generates an antibacterial sap historically employed as a wound treatment. Transformed into a salve, this sap offers a natural effective treatment for skin afflictions such as cuts and burns. But the medicinal prowess of this tree extends beyond its sap. A tea brewed from its needles has been used to expel phlegm and alleviate coughs and chest congestion. It's also been used to ward off colds and influenza, offering a natural defense against these common maladies. Moreover, North American tribes have long valued the inner bark of the eastern white pine for its antiseptic and vulnerary properties, a tradition later adopted by European settlers, further bolstering the tree's role as a natural healer. 5. Colossal size. Trees are manifestations of nature's audacity, reaching for the skies and expanding across the land in sizes that are truly awe-inspiring. There is a tree known as Hyperion, a coast redwood nestled within the Redwood National Park. This sky-gazing titan, towering at an astonishing 379.7 feet, currently holds the title of the tallest tree on Earth. Its remarkable height, exceeding the length of a football field, continues to grow as if in a perpetual quest to touch the sky. However, the tale of trees extends beyond these incredible heights. There are other natural skyscrapers, from Centurion, a mountain ash in Tasmania, Australia, standing tall at 327.5 feet, to Dorner fir, a Douglas fir in Oregon, United States, stretching up to 327 feet. Even within the same Redwood National Park mentioned before, coast redwoods named Icarus, Helios, and Daedalus reach astounding heights of 371.2 feet, 374.3 feet, and 363.4 feet, respectively, standing as silent yet awe-inspiring tributes to nature's grandeur. Switching from towering heights to massive volumes, we encounter the General Sherman, a giant sequoia rooted in Sequoia National Park, California. It might not compete in terms of height, but it is undeniable titan by volume, boasting an astonishing 52,508 cubic feet. Its peers, General Grant, President, and Lincoln, all giant sequoias, contribute impressively to this list of behemoths, each housing volumes of 46,608, 45,148, and 44,471 cubic feet, respectively. Yet the records of nature's marvels do not stop there. The title of the largest single living organism on Earth belongs to a tree, or rather a colony of trees. The Pando Aspen Grove in Utah, affectionately known as the Trembling Giant, forms a single clonal organism interconnected by an extensive underground root system. This colossal entity, weighing an estimated 13 million pounds and sprawling over 100 acres, isn't merely impressive for its sheer size. Its age is equally mind-boggling. Scientific studies suggest that this awe-inspiring organism has been regenerating itself for over 9,000 years, making it one of the oldest known living entities on Earth. These astounding facts, backed by meticulous scientific research, such as the studies conducted by Humboldt State University, offer us a humbling glimpse into the unimaginable power and beauty of our natural world. So, the next time you encounter a tree, take a moment to appreciate its hidden potential. Further, remember that each one of these giants began as a seed you could hold in your hand. Six, entire ecosystems. Trees form the very bedrock of existence for a myriad of species, offering shelter, nourishment, and sanctuaries for propagation. From the tiniest insects to the largest mammals, an array of species lean on trees for their very survival. Envision the tropical rainforest, a verdant tapestry woven with innumerable trees. These forests, occupying less than 2% of the Earth's surface, are cradles to over half of the world's plant and animal species. The immense diversity of life housed within these forests renders them the Earth's most vibrant hotspots of biodiversity, a riotous spectacle of life in all its forms. The pivotal role of trees in bolstering biodiversity is far from an anecdote. It's a fact grounded in extensive scientific research. Studies reveal that areas interspersed with trees nurture greater levels of biodiversity than open landscapes. Additionally, another research piece on the National Center for Biotechnology Information underscored the considerable variation in tree species, richness, diversity, and distribution across different forest communities. Moreover, a report by Conservation International highlights the crucial role of biodiversity hotspots, such as tropical rainforests, in conservation efforts. These biodiversity hotspots support over half of the world's species. So much is happening on just a single tree. In meditation, we learn that the longer you focus on something, the more you notice and learn. Apply this to a tree, and then contemplate on how each tree is its own universe. Think about all the birds, bugs, chipmunks, squirrels, mosses, and other forms of life that call it home. Consider all the other forms of life that pass through and depend on it, such as bears, deer, raccoons, and porcupines, just to name a few. The next time you stroll past a tree, pause to appreciate its multifaceted role. It's far more than a tree. It's a home, a pantry, a nursery, and a lifeline for countless species. 7. Wood Wide Web. The concept of tree sentience and communication is a focal point of ongoing scientific exploration. But to me, and many others, it is obvious that trees are sentient and do communicate. Regardless, numerous studies now illuminate the intricate networks through which trees interact. Renowned forest ecologist Suzanne Simard likens these networks to a brain, facilitating a vast exchange of information throughout the forest, a phenomenon she refers to as the Wood Wide Web. Dig deeper in this complex web reveals an even more fascinating facet of tree interaction. Research featured in Smithsonian Magazine shows that trees can distinguish the root tips of their kin among those of unrelated seedlings. They appear to favor their relatives, sending them vital nutrients through the mycorrhizal networks. Imagine a forest, a seemingly silent realm, where trees are not simply rooted in place, but are engaged in a ceaseless exchange of resources and information. Picture a robust tree sharing its bounty with a struggling neighbor, or a tree under attack from pests, sending out warning to its fellows. This isn't a fantasy, but an extraordinary reality unfolding beneath our feet. While the understanding of this wood wide web continues to evolve, the idea of trees communicating and cooperating offers a potent reminder of life's interconnectedness on Earth. It shifts our perspective of trees from mere standalone organisms to critical components of a larger, vibrant community. It compels us to safeguard our forests, not just for the trees themselves, but for the intricate web of life they uphold. 8. Sensitivity, sentience, and sleep. Trees possess a depth of awareness that challenges our traditional understanding of consciousness. In his best-selling book, The Hidden Life of Trees, author Peter Wohlleben suggests that trees possess the ability to form friendships, perceive fear, love, and pain. While this anthropomorphic interpretation has received criticism from some biologists and forest scientists who argue it may misrepresent the intricate mechanisms of trees, it has undeniably ignited a broader conversation about our perception of trees and their integral role within the ecosystem. Take a moment to consider how trees measure time and respond to seasonal changes. How do they anticipate the arrival of spring, avoiding the false starts of premature warm weather? Trees engage in a patient vigil, waiting until a sufficient number of warm days have passed before deeming it is safe to unfurl their leaves. They also meticulously count daylight hours. For instance, beech trees only commence growth once there is at least 13 hours of light each day. This ability to perceive light and count days underscores that trees are not only receptive to their environment, but also possess an astonishing form of memory and intelligence. Another aspect of trees' sensitivity is their need for rest. When autumn arrives and leaves begin to fall, it's essentially bedtime for trees. Much like in humans, sleep deprivation can pose life-threatening risks to trees. For example, oaks and beeches refuse to grow in conditions of perpetual summer, such as those found indoors. Studies reveal that exposure to nighttime lights led to a death of 4% of oak trees in one American city. Trees also exhibit a remarkable form of taste. When besieged by pests, certain trees can identify different insects by the unique flavor of their saliva. In response to these invasions, trees release pheromones that serve as an alarm to their peers, and occasionally summon the predators of the attacking insects. For instance, elms and pines can call upon small parasitic wasps that lay their eggs inside leaf-eating caterpillars, leading to a rather gruesome resolution. The next time you encounter a tree, remind yourself that it is not merely a passive organism. It is an entity capable of perceiving its environment, responding to threats, nurturing its neighbors, and even remembering time. Every tree is a testament to the incredible sensitivity and complexity of life on Earth. 9. Ubiquitous symbolism. Throughout history, trees have held a profound symbolic significance in various cultures and religious traditions, often associated with wisdom, life, and resilience. Let's delve into a few examples, each of which reveals a unique facet of tree symbolism. One of the most iconic tree symbols comes from the Buddhist tradition. It was under the Bodhi tree, also known as the Tree of Awakening, that Siddhartha Gautama, later known as Buddha, attained enlightenment. Seated in a meditative pose beneath this tree, Buddha experienced profound spiritual awakening, achieving a state of understanding that transcended ordinary human experience. The Bodhi tree thus symbolizes enlightenment, spiritual awakening, and the pursuit of deep universal truth. In the biblical story of Adam and Eve, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, as well as the tree of life, play pivotal roles. The tree of knowledge, from which Eve ate the forbidden fruit, symbolizes the dual nature of human life, the coexistence of good and evil, and the moral decisions that come with free will. The tree of life, on the other hand, represents eternal life in God's life-giving presence. These two trees together encapsulate the complexity and richness of human experience. The ancient Celts revered trees, and their symbolism was intricately woven into Celtic culture and Druidic teachings. They had an Oham, or tree alphabet, where each letter was associated with a specific tree, each carrying its own unique spiritual and symbolic meaning. For instance, the oak, known as the king of the woods, was a symbol of strength, courage, and wisdom. In Norse mythology, Yggdrasil, the immense mythical tree, connects the 9 worlds in Norse cosmology. This ash tree is often considered a symbol of the interconnectedness of all things in the universe, resilience, and destiny. In Japan, the cherry blossom trees, or sakura, hold significant symbolism. Their fleeting bloom represents the transient nature of life, a concept deeply embedded in the Japanese cultural, philosophical, and artistic traditions. Whether it's the attainment of enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, the moral and eternal implications of the biblical trees, the rich spiritual symbolism of Celtic trees, or the universal interconnectedness represented by Yggdrasil, trees have continually served as potent symbols throughout history. They tell stories of wisdom, life, morality, resilience, and the cyclical nature of existence, underlining our deep, enduring connection to nature. 10. Coherent information fields. The world around us is alive with more than what meets the eye. Beyond tangible objects and invisible energy fields, there exists a fascinating phenomenon known as information fields. These are areas suffused with thought forms as palpable and influential as physical matter. While this concept might seem abstract or even surreal, it is a compelling aspect of our existence, revealing the intricate interconnectedness of all things. Just as a radio catches specific frequencies from the air, our brains can act as receivers, picking up on these invisible thought forms. It's a realization that prompts us to question the origin of our thoughts inviting us to understand that many of them might not be inherently ours, but are influenced heavily by our surroundings. Everything, faces, places, and spaces, carries its own unique, energetic, and informational imprint. Different environments foster different thought fields, subtly influencing our mental processes. As a stark example, consider the contrasting environments of a fast food restaurant and a library. Each space holds a distinct resonance and a unique information field. Depending on where you are, your thoughts may naturally align with the environment's prevailing thought forms. The same principle applies to people. We've all experienced instances where we sense a person's mood or thoughts without any verbal communication. This is our brain tapping into their information field, subtly picking up on the thought forms they're emitting. Understanding and acknowledging these information fields can help us navigate our mental landscapes more effectively. It can enable us to consciously curate our environments to promote thoughts and emotions that align with our well-being and growth. There is no better information field than what we find in nature. There are no thoughts of harm or judgment. There are only the highest levels of clarity and peace. Information fields offer a profound insight. Our thoughts, our minds, and our beings are deeply interwoven with the world around us. By placing ourselves in the right environments and information fields, we align with higher thoughts and greater insight. 11. Ultimate Energy Purifiers. As we reach the end of this video, let's circle back to one of the most remarkable qualities of trees discussed throughout this book. Their role is the ultimate energy purifiers. If you've journeyed with me through this, you'll understand why I hold this to be the most awe-inspiring aspect of trees. Trees are more than just silent witnesses to the passing of time. They are yoga masters, standing tall in serene meditation, and they are the world's most powerful energy healers. Their presence is a soothing balm for the soul, a sanctuary for those seeking peace and clarity. Every moment spent in the company of a tree is a moment of purification. They cleanse our energy, washing away the dust of negativity and stress that clings to us. Like a sponge, they absorb the discordant energies we carry, transmuting them into positive vibrations that nourish our being. But their healing extends beyond the spiritual realm. Trees purify the air, taking in carbon dioxide and gifting us with vital oxygen. They are our allies in maintaining physical health, as much as they are in fostering mental and emotional well-being. Spending time with trees, whether it's a meditative moment beneath a sprawling oak or a leisurely walk through a lush forest, can lead to a healthier life and a clearer mind. They help us ground ourselves and envelope us in their calming energy. Let's celebrate trees for their multifaceted role as the ultimate energy purifiers. They stand as tranquil guardians, purifying our environment, our bodies, and our spirits. Let's honor their wisdom, learn from their strength, and embrace their gifts of purification. For in doing so, we not only enrich our lives, but also deepen our connection with the natural world and its inherent healing power. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to know where any of these places are, please just shoot me an email. My phone number is also on the website. You can text or call. All these places are local to New England, mostly from the White Mountains, like this picture here. But there's a lot from Central Mass and the Boston area too. I hope you have a great day.